Hi Libra, welcome to your March 2019 horoscope and tarot reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're a regular here, and if you're new, welcome to the channel. Please do subscribe. We're doing monthly and mid-monthly readings at the moment. So for this reading, it's basically going to focus on the first half of March, and then in the mid-monthly it'll be on the second half, Libra. And you're going to want to watch the second half very much because it's going to be all about your full moon, your annual full moon in the first degree of your sign. So that intensifies the energy. The first few full moons of this year are all in the 0 to 1st degree, so it's very, very intense, and these are very, very important moons, and to have it in your sign is so poignant. But there's a lot about the first half of the month astrologically that you're gonna like a lot, okay? So the first one is Venus moving into Aquarius on the first of the month. To have the romantic planet, the money planet, in your 5th house, fellow air energy, Aquarius. Now, of course, a few people ask, it does depend where you're born, but you will feel this energy at some point during the month. For early degree Libras, it'll be off the bat. Second decan, it'll be mid-month, and then third decan, it'll be towards the end, and it will continue on when Venus moves into Pisces for a little bit for you guys. But this gives you more charm than usual, and that's saying something, Libra. It gives you this playful, romantic vibe. It's really good because it's been in Capricorn since the 3rd of February, and this gives you sort of a homely feel, whereby you want to date at home, which isn't easy if you've not met anybody yet. But it can make you that little bit more introverted in terms of meeting somebody. So some of you maybe resorted to online dating more so than going out and meeting somebody. This one will bless you in all areas if you're looking for love, and even if you're in a relationship. This gives you this additional level of attraction, and that's really good, even if things are sort of awkward at the moment with a partner or something, because Mercury is going to go retrograde on the 5th. But to have Venus here is going to make you extra charming, extra attractive, and it's just going to make you a more natural romantic. Some people are born from romance and some people run away from it, but at the same point, when Venus is in this side of the sky for you, it'll give you an enhancement of all things Venus. Venus is your ruler, and to have it in the 5th is kind of everybody's favourite, actually. You can't really go wrong with it. So that being said, it's going to combine with Mars in Taurus, which is of course your 8th house, giving you this deep intimacy. So for existing partnerships, this is going to be enhanced dramatically, and then Mars is going to move into Gemini, which is going to give you a more relaxed, carefree vibe. And when Mars moves into Gemini, Venus is going to have moved into Pisces. Mars moves into Gemini the last day of the month. So we're dealing with more mutable energy. So there is a more easygoing theme towards the end of the month, but for the first 28 days or so, romance is going to be big on your list of things to do this month, effectively. Now we must talk about Mercury retrograde. It is retrograding in Pisces, so this for you means work matters or study matters, whatever it is that your career is at the minute, be it school, be it university, be it the workplace itself. Even if it's not your vocation, if it's not what your dream doing, things in work or all areas there are going to get a bit repetitive. There's also a need to listen to your body, Libra, especially if it's to do with work, because there's this sort of work connection. If your body is giving these repetitive symptoms, it may be worth checking it out. A lot of physical ailments, if they're little and they're not completely concrete in terms of diagnosis, can be emotional. So it's a good time to really check in with how you're feeling, especially about your job and the people around you and how they're affecting your health, okay? So on the same day, on March 6th, Uranus enters Taurus. Now, Taurus is a fellow Venus-ruled sign, but this is going to make you strive for financial independence, okay? And it's going to shake up the way you view intimacy too. So that's something, okay? It's going to shake up for the next 7 years the way that you deal with other people's money. If you're in a profession that takes other people's accounts into consideration, you may find that you have some genius ideas, because Uranus is actually the planet of genius, believe it or not. Everyone sees it as this disruptive, rebellious teenager, but it's not. It's actually shaking up the status quo, making you think about what it is that you could do better, what you should break free from, what you should stop restricting yourself on. To have it in the 8th house, because Virgo went over this for the last few years, and it really can give you this in-depth look at yourself and what deep psychological patterns are holding you back, or what deep ties are holding you back, your relationships, for example, because Uranus has been in your relationship sector since 2011. So it's funny, a lot of people say on a surface level this means that you break free from relationships, you don't want relationships, but it actually just means that you look at where you're restricting yourself rather than wanting to be polyamorous or whatever. It's not necessarily as clean cut as that. Actually, it can make you break free of restrictive patterns in relationship whereby you keep trying to be somebody's carer. Okay, so you've learned a lot of lessons there, and Chiron's going to be there for the next I think it's 8 years. Don't quote me, but it's the next 2 years anyway. So you're going to be healing all those wounds as it is, but the new moon on the 6th is a perfect time to manifest new diet plans, new health plans. It's also the time to manifest a new job if that's what you want. So Libra, this is a great time to reflect on your work life in particular, but I think a lot of the focus for you this month is going to be on love. So that being said, let's get into the cards and see if they have any additional information. As usual, we tie this into the astrology and see what we've got. Oh, Queen of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. Restriction. Well, there we go. Okay. If I can get these cards up off the table. 8 of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, breaking through from restriction. The Queen of Pentacles is Taurus in many cases. So here we have Uranus in Taurus helping you break free from the need to please everyone. The need to be everyone's Venus, for want of a better word. You're tired of having to be pleasant and charming all the time. Now, of course, Venus in Aquarius is going to make you more pleasant and charming, but you're also done with having to impress people that really don't matter. I know that sounds harsh, but you're tired of trying to impress everybody and be all pleasant and nice all the time. You mean a bit more business this month. Mercury retrograde is going to make you snap at times with people in the workplace that are consistently taking you for granted or making silly mistakes. Queen of Cups. So we have water energy, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer off the bat. We have the Wheel of Fortune giving you a twist of destiny. Page of Cups, again, water energy. 4 of Wands in the challenge. King of Wands, fire, Libra, in the outcome. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and underneath we have the 4 of Swords. Let's talk about the 4 of Swords and the 4 of Wands as the more challenging aspect, Libra. Venus has been in Capricorn since the 3rd, accessing your 4th house, making you more introverted, making you more determined to care for family, spend time with family at the expense of romance, okay? Romance is in your positive position, what's helping you and assisting you this month. As said before, that is Venus in your 5th. So, if you're dealing with a water sign, there is a hope from you that the universe will give you some sort of sign that this is the right one, that this is fate. I do get the impression for some Libras, there's a water sign coming back around, and this does make sense. Bear in mind, Mercury retrograding. I do say this in the readings, I'm not a big fan of the extra turning because I think it's a bit clickbaity. When Mercury's retrograde, all the cards are off the table because that can happen. People do generally return with Mercury in retrograde because it makes people look backwards, and when they look backwards, a lot of the time they want to reopen a door. So yeah, it means going through the same door again if you're going backwards. So basically with the Page of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, I think this is possibly someone you wanted to hear from, but it's possibly somebody who was never quite, with the 4 of Wands here, it was never quite good at going very far with you, is sort of the vibe that I would get from this Mercury aspect. Could have been a job offer though, because Mercury is retrograding in your 6th. But for a lot of the end degree Libras, it could feel a little bit more at some point, because Mercury is actually retrograding in the 29th degree. For some of you, it could be romantic because it'll be crossing into the 5th house territory. So if you're, at the beginning of Libra, I think it's very likely someone may return from your past romantically. Could be a fire sign because we have fire as the outcome. But the Four of Swords is saying you've been healing from past situations, you've been healing from disappointments, you've been healing from situations that didn't give you the Four of Wands vibe. Now, the Four of Wands vibe, as we know, is reward. So you didn't feel like your efforts paid off. It could be that you didn't feel as though you got any type of stability, security, commitment from this person. Now, as usual, it doesn't have to be water or fire. It can be all of them because the Wheel of Fortune is fixed. So we have Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, and Taurus. Okay. Let's see what else we've got. 7 of Wands, endurance. This is coming up a lot, and I think it's because of Uranus changing sign. People are very much holding on to their hats. Wheel of Fortune and 6 of Wands. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. 10 of Swords in the challenge. We've 2 10s opposing each other. And the 4 of Swords has come up again. Some of you are recovering from a fire sign, or some of you are taking a holiday with a fire sign. We have to be more open-minded with cards in terms of being specific. 7 of Pentacles underneath. So something is coming back around again that has potential, or an opportunity is arising that has potential. And I say that with confidence because the Page of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles is an offer that seems very dreamy. But the 10 of Pentacles gives it a stability. It gives it legs, as it were. It gives your dream legs. I know it's very insensitive to say when we've got a little merman here with a tail, but sure. Now, 4 of Wands, 10 of Swords. There was something very significant that gets addressed this month because it held you back dramatically. There was something that your 10 of Swords moment, Libra, came to you probably in the last 7 years, so we could be looking back quite far. When Uranus is in the 29th degree, as it will be right up until the 6th of March, it can give you this real push to address all the things that you've learned. It's kind of like the final exam. The 29th degree for me is like the final exam just before the sign shifts. You have to think about what it is that you truly learned, and you see if you learn it. Something may test you. King of Wands and the 4 of Swords, and the outcome is saying either that you're dealing with a fire sign that you kind of want to spend some time with, or you want to get over. But it can also mean that your business head, your career head, you realize that in order to be the King of Wands, you need to take a break. You need to travel, you need to take a holiday, you need to have a duvet day, whatever it is the 4 of Swords is. Sometimes you push yourself too far and it doesn't work. I know this is quite hard to see actually. Let's see if I can move this. It's a bit better. A dream is here, well, an offer is here. An offer is here that has legs. And yet we have this big, big, big elephant in the room with the 10 of Swords and the 4 of Wands. And you kind of gotta think about it. You have to weigh up. You guys are amazing at this weighing up of the options. You're a Libra, but you don't always make the decision. You're good at the analysis. When you're writing, well, maybe some of you know this, when you're writing an essay and you have to take both sides into consideration, you need to compare and contrast that they drive into at school. Libras are so good at that. See, when it comes to the conclusion, it can be like, I see both sides. It's not that easy to get a firm conclusion on certain things. 2 of Swords, exactly. Crossroads. That's just what I was saying. You're trying to find a conclusion and it's not easy because you want to stand up for yourself in many ways, but your emotions are telling you another thing. Knight of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. Very, very good career-wise, I must say. 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles, showing gratitude for the luck. So you're going to be lucky in many respects with this Page of Cups. So romance is coming in. Yes, we do have this weighing up. So this is exactly what I said. 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, weighing up of the options, figuring out what it is that you have to do next. If it's career, you have a very clear vision of success. The Magician, wow. And the 4 of Cups. Okay. The Magician. We love the Magician. We love the Magician. Okay. Four of Swords, Magician, and the King of Wands. You do have a vision of something, especially if it's career. You have an idea. You know, the key to getting what you want is first knowing what it is. That's the biggest hurdle people actually overcome. People don't get that, but when you are a typical, a lot of the time society drums you into seeing what you don't want to see, what you don't want. The news does that, for example. Soap operas, movies, everything is, the majority of the concentration is on what's wrong, the obstacle. And then the very, very, very end bit is everything working out. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of what this is like. It's like you've been focusing so much on trying to fix something or trying to see both sides that you haven't got the happy conclusion. And this month is actually all about seeing very clearly what it is that you want. What type of person you want, what relationship you want, what job you want, what career you want. Which is the biggest key to success here. Wheel of Fortune, 6 of Wands. Fate is changing because you have a plan and you're sticking to it. There's a steadfast and true energy here, Libra, that you're really going to like. And what's coming to you after this period is something that works. The 4 of Swords is kind of telling me that maybe you've taken a break from dating. Maybe there's something that you needed to take a break from to reset. And whatever it is coming back round again. It's not gone anywhere. And if it's not back, there's 2 options in its place. White Tara, sensitivity. You're becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. So let's talk about the full moon coming up at the end of the month. You're going to be becoming very sensitive. A lot of things are going to come to light. A lot of things are going to become clear. A lot of truth is going to come out for you. And as this card says, you're going to blossom. You're just getting started, so have patience with yourself, the process, and do not give up. So something wonderful is coming out of March, but it may be something... I do think for a lot of you it's career, but I think romantically, if you're dealing with fire or water, there's big, big, big changes there. Resolving conflict. Yeah. So some of you guys are probably reconciling after an argument with somebody, or you're hearing from somebody again. I think for a lot of you it is fire, but I also think water. So I'm kind of, don't take that too literally. The Magician is also Gemini, Virgo. If we went through every card, we'd have every element, so don't worry about it. It's just that people in particular that are showing up are the water signs, the earth signs, and the fire. So if you're dealing with an air sign, don't despair, because it can still apply. I do think with Mercury retrograding, you're going to be getting a second go at certain things, and I think it's something that you want. But I also think it's something that you should allow time to develop naturally rather than rushing it. A lot of the time I've noticed when people want reconciliation, it never occurs to them that nothing's changed. They never ask what's changed. They kind of just dive right back in. If somebody comes to you with an offer, make sure that you examine the offer and see if it is a 10 of Pentacles or a 10 of Swords. Weigh up the options. Do the back and forth, but also consider what the end goal is and whether it's attainable. But keep your main focus on what you want. That is going to be very key for you this month, Libra. When you see what you want and you get a clear picture with the Magician, you will manifest something. So that's just out of curiosity, because the Magician can sometimes hold clues, the card underneath. So let's see what the card underneath was. 2 of Cups, partnership. Some of you want to manifest romance. Interesting. Yep, some of you want to manifest romance. If it's a fire sign, big indication that there's something here. I do feel like there's some level of separation from this because the 4 of Swords is there, but the 4 of Swords is always the knight lying on the table who's recovering. He's not out. He's not out. So hope you guys enjoyed that, Libra. If you are currently in a relationship, just bear in mind that you could be dealing with someone that's very career oriented, has a lot of goals, has a lot of passion. You may feel a bit threatened, or you may feel like it's threatening your home slightly, your environment with this person. Make sure that you're weighing up both sides. You guys do that so well, but just make sure that you, as I say, keep a clear focus on what you want when you are analysing, you know. There's a lot of 2 energy here, and I'm sensing it's because partnership is the biggest theme this month. Okay, so I think you guys are really gonna like March. I like it a lot. You're manifesting romance. You've got a clear business projection. You have a lot of time to think about it with Mercury retrograde. And then when it comes to April is going to be, Libra, when you shine. Okay, 2 of Cups, partnership. Sun in Aries is your 7th house. Beautiful energy for romance. Looks like it's going to be very romantic for the next couple of months. Do enjoy it and make the most of it. Get out there. Don't stick indoors. Get out. Enjoy it. Go for it. It's your time. So I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next set of readings. If you do want to join me in the extended to go into the fire signs, earth signs, water signs, and air signs, as applicable to your sign, please do. And if not, I'll see you in the next set. Bye.